can't fool me again. You can't fool me again. You hold me down for a very long time. Can't buy sugar, we can't buy lime. Can't buy scandal, we can't buy time. You can't fool me again. Can't fool me again. You can't fool me again. You hold me down for a very long time. Can't buy sugar, we can't buy lime. You touch up line and a resort to crime. You can't fool me again.
What we gonna eat no money, what we at you, eat no at you. Go be money, miss away in the yellow correct you. Use the youth, the money, waste for most of man statue. Say me like a catch you, but me got enough, they got you. Take this script of money, God and say that it's not you. One day the man above him up, him a got up. Too much eating at the kitchen, some a fly by like a patu. When singers and DJs and social media's coming at you.
It burn me.
300% free.
It burn me.
Garbage pile up the day.
It burn me.
Give the teacher them raise.
It burn me.
I see corruption please.
It burn me.
Mash down the people them house.
It burn me.
Every day appear arms out.
It burn me.
Appear money them a thief.
It burn me.
And them a sell out the beach.
Can't fool me again. You can't fool me again. You hold me down for a very long time. Can't buy sugar, we can't buy lime. Can't buy scandal, we can't buy time. You can't fool me again. Can't fool me again. You can't fool me again. You hold me down for a very long time. Can't buy sugar, we can't buy lime. You touch up line and a resort to crime. You can't fool me again.
For me say big up all the charities and all of the givers. Some a go like say them powerful, me no make a bigger. The urgent the promises, none of them not deliver. Cut up the youth, they rap and they down in our river. Member bowl honey and they lie them tell. Corruption smell and they pocket them swell. When police don't a market like Satan out of hell, go mash up people start like thief when them sell.
It burn me.
Or they treat the market man.
It burn me.
Or them a treat the cat man.
It burn me.
Or they treat the peanut man.
It burn me.
Or them a treat the dirt man.
It burn me.
Or them a treat the son man.
It burn me.
Or them a treat policeman.
It burn me.
Or them a treat soldier man.
It burn me.
Or them a treat
Stibby dim day. We in Global TV says certain kind of friend we no keep. And some informer friend we love like. We in Global, bona fake friend and bona tape. We in Global, we not promote them, we not support them. Look at them on the cheek, come here represent for. We in Global TV, check it.
Good evening and welcome to the People's Point of View. Yet another incident involving the police that shows urgent training is required. Not only that, it also shows us that there is an urgent review need to be taken with regards to our mental health law. I said it the other day when the 3-year-old was murdered by a man with mental health issues. This incident involving Negril police shows urgent training of our police are required, as well as an urgent review in how mental health care is done in Jamaica, how we treat people with mental health in general, but also those who are having a mental relapse or a mental breakdown in public. Good evening and welcome. Thank you for joining us. To my community of party and all my family members, good evening. Platform moderators, membership holders, viewers, and subscribers, good evening and welcome. Thank you all for joining us this evening. We have about an hour to Rattigan come on. So, good evening, Elaine Turner, Loris Beckford, Sunshine, Beat and Teach, Sharon Bernard, Pamela McNeil, Debbie Jervis, Untainted Congal Bros, Michelle Lewis Wilson, God's Gift, The Easy Jerk World, Uncle 16 on. No, come on. Hit the like button, please. Keith Matthews, Christine Gilbert, JamaicanTV.com, Darth White, Annie Jones, Violet Watson, Coletta Turner, Georgia Dennis, Pamela Okola, Jason Kane, Don Fox, Lillis Lockerbie, Faye Lyon, Annie Jones. Good evening, all, and welcome. Thank you for joining us. Hold on. Yeah, how to do. For anyone who have a problem in getting through to me, particularly outside of the UK, this is how the number is to be stored in your phone. The first zero can also be replaced by plus. So it's either 01144 7956 907 089 or plus 1144 7956 907 089. Mental health. I wonder, the police said to us that, well, Mr. What's it or rather? Remember, you will be answerable to the British Foreign Office. Not just to the Jamaican people, not just to just about any poor people. You'll be answerable to a foreign country. Especially when it comes to Britain and mental health, do not run. And let's show them my face coming out of nothing to hide. We won't be having the At a Glance program tomorrow morning. Lady Star, Queen Africa, Spice, and Vegas. I'm going to have a sit down with my psychologist tomorrow. I suggest you all do so. Don't be ashamed of it. If you want to sit down with a professional, please do so. May I go sit down with mine 1 o'clock tomorrow? So it's in my At a Glance slot. So, if you think you need to speak to a professional, please do. Don't be afraid. Don't be ashamed. Not shame. Not the shame about anymore. You know, your Daryl Vaz said, not a secret. What about your secret? If you want to go and speak to a professional, please do. All right? Don't be scared. But I want to ask Stephanie Lindsay, Mary Messenger TV, how are you? I want to ask Stephanie Lindsay, Lauren Taylor, Mr. What's it or other, Mr. Moore committed suicide, did he not? Mr. Arville Moore, the one that flew over the precipice, broke his back and committed suicide. And Zinga King sit down round there and yank out her hair them 1-1. Yank out every locks 1-1. No medical examination, no nothing at all, but Paula Llewellyn had witness. Hey, hallelujah. I wonder what the police might have done with regards to this Negril situation. I know a lot of Jamaican police are rapists, you know. Me not accuse them about me and go and say, remember, when you not tap the woman in a car down a Brompton side and a car come a Black River, come take money out her cash pint and turn around, rape her. Me just a say. In the case of this news reported, Rosemary Samuels, Natalia, how you do? You were called to a woman naked and acting strange. And you thought that a police station, Jason Kane, was the appropriate place to take her. Does that not require urgent review of our mental health law, Yvonne Johnson? An urgent training for police overall how to deal with people, in particular how to deal with people with mental health issues. Monica Hawthorne, how are you? A naked woman acting strange. You took her to the police station without supervision, even when she requested to use the toilet, as the news broadcast, RJ. You seem to didn't respond to her request, Sharon Bernard, to use the toilet, but she managed to get out of your sight, get into the toilet, and, as to your reporting, barricaded herself inside. When the police break in and enter to the toilet, she was unresponsive. By what method, ma'am? And when will you be able to tell us how you have come to the conclusion that it's suicide? Me just concerned about a word there. How we know Mr. Moore? We knew Arvel Moore committed suicide, didn't we? Cliff Tailway. Because keep calling him Cliff. Fitz Tailway. And he sit down and he tell us, say, no fowl, no jonker, no bird, no pigeon, never involved. No foul play, said Fitz Bailey. No foul play. Kevin Davis. I wonder if there was any foul play with this woman, possible of unsound mind. I wonder if there was any foul play with this woman of unsound mind. Me not trust her, you know. Because Harris Cham chain on a bite. Him chain on, come and see a lot on a comment on Facebook about lawful orders. It's not every law, it's not every order from the police that is lawful. Especially police who abuse their powers. And there's nothing in the book that says you should follow an unlawful order. Then, Miles, how are you? Nothing necessary. When a police are going to come grab you in your ear, when a police are going to come bite you, done it. A fight you and a girl a fight. It's as simple as that. The policewoman is very lucky that that young lady wasn't fighting. She was only resisting because she have a free hand to beat off your face. But back to the mental health issue. We now got answer to the British on this issue. The money we want to get from EU for Baptism and queerism. Why we don't go into partnership for Europe, which have such a good healthcare system, a top-class mental health healthcare system? Why on a partnership don't involve them something there, but it involves eroding our culture? How did you come to the conclusion? Based on what evidence? You thought she swallowed pills? She had something there that she could use to hang herself? She slit her wrist? How did she commit suicide? Suicide stuff don't sound feasible. Not after Reverend Moore, Yvonne Bradford. Not after Reverend Moore. We now go can get up so and listen the suicide word and just take it just so. Not after Nzinga King. We can't believe that people do things to themselves in a police station without the police being involved. Which of you and at what point aware that you were dealing with somebody with mental health? And what's the policy for the JCF? Norman Ferguson, Ladybug. Come tell me these things. What are the policy for dealing with people with mental health and contact with them? In the mental health law in Britain, there's a section in the Mental Health Act 136, section 136. We call it a 136. When you hear people talk about a 136 in Britain, that gives the police power. If you become a risk to yourself in public or a risk to the public, the police can detain you and take you to a hospital. Then that triggers that the police powers, Millicent Jones. The police powers, I think, detain you up to what? 36 or to 72 hours, I think. Up to 72 hours. I think it's a 3-day period. 3 day, how much hours? I don't know, so me don't. But what that does, it triggers a whole string where once the police take you in to a mental health facility or an accidental emergency, the mental health doctor is triggered, the social worker is triggered, and that starts the sectioning period. If the social worker, Jamrock, how are you? 72 hours. Thank you, Christine. If the social worker deemed that you're required to stay in hospital longer than, because the social worker in that capacity looks after the rights of the person with mental health. With them and the doctor, if they think you need to be hospitalized, then they move it onto a different section where you're sectioned for much longer and medicated and so on. Real sweet. How are you? At them partnership, yeah, Jamaica to enter into with the EU rather than enter into queerism and transgenderism. These are the services and the assistance Jamaica needs. Is the people of Jamaica going to put pressure on the government to carry out a mental health review? It's not only a danger to the person that is having mental health issues, but that's a danger to the public, as we saw in St. Mary the other day, where a family was chopped, including a 3-year-old that was murdered by someone with mental health issues. So more and more we're having evidence in public that this is needed. But nothing we are going in the country. Me know someone not like him, but we just show one little piece of him. Nothing we are going, hey, me watch in and out of the little piece and decide who for lie me want to listen to. At the diaspora shebang. They can tell like good, you know. Except for Andrew Holness. When nobody in the audience believe, not even him, never believe what I said to himself. Just listen. Me know it's like a rubber, no, but listen. Miranda Rado, Konodo.
Which we're changing Jamaica is that we've been categorized as a kind of low growth, low wage economy. And because of this issue of not having predictable growth, this segment of the society that has suffered because of poor economic performance would be labor. That's the reality. And labor suffers not just because of low wage, labor suffers because of high inflation. So if you're earning a low wage and then you have to confront high inflation, then the cost of living is going to be high. What is the solution to this vicious cycle? Low wage, high inflation, low productivity, which creates low wage. You get back to a high inflation situation. How do you break out of that? That's a deep question. I'm not expecting you to answer it, but one of the first things we have decided to do is we have to make an adjustment where we can in wages. So we have taken a decision to make the largest increase in public sector wages undertaken ever in the history of the country. It's a $200 billion increase, essentially, when it is completed. And it is the first time that we have increased wages on a sustainable path. Previous administrations have tried, but they have never done it all at once. And whenever they have done it, within a year or so, they have to implement a wage freeze. Because the other element, which I'm going to come to shortly, we need to address the issue of productivity. Now, whenever I say productivity, a large part of the country hears hard work, more work. They want we work more and don't pay we more. And as Prime Minister, I have to be very careful how I deal with these very delicate subjects because of our history. But it has to be addressed. Even if we were to radically increase wages and radically increase the minimum wage, if that is not sustained by a commensurate increase in productivity, then those increases become inflationary. So I'm saying it to you, the members of the diaspora, because you have an incredible influence when you pick up the phone and talk to your grandmother or your brother and your sister, and you are able to explain to them the policies, because the policies that we are trying to implement are the same policies that you are every single day observing in the countries from which you come.
Ayatso bon me. Ayatso bon me. Andrew Holness said, Watson, David Watson, Sharon Bernard, how no do? Hey, Sharon Parent. The Prime Minister said the policies that Jamaica is pursuing are whatever in is The same policy where we are foreign are intertwined with on a daily basis. No, sir. I can pick up my phone and call my psychologist and get an appointment within 72 hours. I can pick up my phone 8 o'clock tomorrow morning and I can call my general practitioner and I can get an appointment on that day. Or I can go to the accident and emergency just up the road. I will have to endure the waiting time, but I guarantee you I will be seen and will be comprehensively checked over. You mean that is what is happening in Jamaica? Like seriously, sir? You mean the mental health law, the employment, and all of them? I wonder if you're talking about what, sir? What? The only thing you could not talk about Andrew Holness, rebel with a cause. Well, where's the foreign where you are doing Jamaica is the Samoa implementation. Because if you're talking about anything customer service, you mean the customer service that we have here. And them customer service policy there. People. But anyway, I know Jamaicans at home might tell that lie there, you know. That lie there is for people in the diaspora. You understand? That lie there not for we. So, not take your pound ahead, Althea Johnson. Don't take up that one the pound ahead because Kareem Wilson. That one they are not for we. He just make it up. But throughout the whole of Andrew Holness's speech this evening, he never believe a word where he must say. Not for one moment. David, him never believe in himself. So how on earth anybody wouldn't believe him, David? Did Andrew Holness never believe where my talk say? The audience wasn't enthusiastic about what Andrew Holness was saying. When him said to the people them not pay attention, him turn up the tempo. Him never believe it. The people them couldn't believe it. Because you can't deliver a message, a convincing message, if you don't believe in it. It just don't work like that, Prime Minister. Susan loved Jesus. So whoever from the foreign office or which one on a speech writer write the conundrum there for your Prime Minister. Shameful. It is as shameful as the Pittbull and to the Jamaica Minister of National Security. Add a label to your police uniform. 9 miles, what you do? Add a label to your police uniform. Beware of dangerous dogs. Don't you think that is required? Be aware of dangerous dog. Because we've seen the dangerous dog situation played out. Did we not? Did we not see the dangerous dog scenario played out in front of us? Policing turn into biting. Policing turn into... Any woman would be angry by this. And my mind is just telling me, if the policewoman never hold on in her hair like that, she probably would have complied. And in her hair, I think, is the bigger part of the problem. But let me tell you, policewoman, you're big because you am cocoa bread, but you're not am strong food like yam and banana, because I say, if the woman you did figure fight you, it never got pretty.
Mommy, go into the vehicle. You call them anytime. Go into the vehicle. Mommy, say go. That's what I'm saying. You're going to the vehicle. Okay. Go into the vehicle. No, go in on the vehicle. Leg off of me ear. Mommy, why is that? She don't know right now. She leg off of my ear. Go into the vehicle. Mommy, go into the vehicle. Mommy, relax. Leg off of my ear. Go. She asked me something. Mommy, who want to know what? Officer. Just go in the vehicle. No, but she, mommy. Put up his hand. Leg off, mommy. Mommy, stop it, mommy. Hello, she come out and she say, just relax now. Nobody. Go in that vehicle. Go in that vehicle. Hey, officer, just release her here. Release some woman. She under arrest. She under arrest. How many times she have to close? I want to me. Now you come grab me. Go in that vehicle. Go in the vehicle. You come trouble me first. If the lady can talk to you, she can ask someone. She said, come on and come on. And you're pointing on my face, so don't point. Me didn't lick you. They ask me. You know that is an assault? They ask me lick you. And I'm going to ensure that I charge for everything. I don't care. Good. Go into the vehicle. Mommy, you're just making things worse. Relax. Shusha asked me what kind of work I said I can not from here to this store. You're not supposed to disclose my job to you.
Never one penny down there.
You're not here. You're not here. And you come meet me first. We never did trouble you.
Never one penny down there.
Yes, I come out and come home and I said, me and the lady I got you here to come lick me. Me never lick you. I like this for you. You're not here. I like it. Mommy, relax. But whether you take it or not, you're going to have to go in the vehicle. Leg off. So you can say relax yourself. Let's let go off of my ear.
Oh, she will release the ear if I don't give her the...
So release your hand. Release your hand. Release your hand from the nose.
She's going to release you.
Release your hand. Sir, can you make sure say I'm the money for buy back the chain here? Just make sure I am broke. I realize. How will she get in the deep?
And then Nana handcuff.
Oh, where back with her girl?
We're going to get no investigation for this their behavior, yeah? Who will independent body will name will investigate police behavior? Is it Indicom or whoever them be? Or whoever they are? But that Jamaican diaspora diva, it was exactly my thought initially seeing the video. This looked like a fight over man. Because, I mean, you don't have the proper arresting galang in arena. You don't have handcuff and so on. You're weak. You're hungry. You're probably depend the beat all day on yam and go and take on strong woman. If you see that woman was in the mood for fight you, or if I did one-to-one outer street, Kevin Davis. One-to-one outer road. Hey! A pick would have picked you up off a dot. I ask Christ that For your thing to say, bag juice and cocoa bread policing can take on certain Jamaican. I saw nothing. Beat and teach. I mean, them a sell out Jamaica. Why they not ask the summer what deal? Because the summer what people them always have hope a handcuff for their fango dangorism. Why they not ask the summer what people them let us read? To send them one box of handcuff. Because the summer what people them love to get handcuff and tied up. Why him don't ask them? Can you imagine in a Jamaica, police don't even have handcuff? Look how no uniform easy for pop off. This was a disgraceful show. Oren Watson Dawkins, how are you? This was a disgraceful show for the JDF. Winston Daly. Even if there was something to police, I mean, pointing finger in your face, you get yourself, you get your uniform tear off for you. Because of that, do you not feel embarrassed as an officer in the aftermath of watching this video? Kate M., how you do? Do you not feel embarrassed of your actions? Do you not feel embarrassed of your lack of tactfulness? Do you not feel embarrassed about the misrepresentation of whatever training you may have received? Because me not think a police in school, them chain on them, the old woman in them here and bite them like a man on a fight over. I doubt Paula Shelley. I doubt that is a part of the training. But police are no weak. Let's say police officer. I did she and her sister. And the two of them say, if a dirt. You think it would have been a nice showdown? You would probably be on a murder charge, even if not arrested. With your guilt, you would still be on a murder charge. Because the uniform badness, Carlos Wagwan, the uniform badness of Jamaican police is going to create a catastrophe in Jamaica. It's going to create an uprising in Jamaica. That uniform badness. Training, urgent training is required in all areas. Given what we've seen across social media with police activities, but particularly the latest one. Given the circumstances that took place in Negril Police Station, urgent training is required across the board. As well, urgent review of our mental health law is required, because this police woman might be having a breakdown. She might be overworked. She might be going through a problem at home. She might owe a lot of debt. Georgette Brown. You know how stress and depression go, and anger and anxiety. You will carry from your yard if you're not careful, John Brown. You will carry it from your yard, go anywhere with you. This was a disgraceful display for the JDF. One, lack of tactfulness. Two, I'll know we don't hear you tell her what she arrests for, nor we don't hear you read her the equivalent of the Miranda rights. You go tell us that she under arrest. there's a woeful lack of training when it comes to subduing persons in public. There is no form of negotiation skills of the police to talk down people. The police continuously, untainted Kangal, escalate situations. We saw earlier this morning as well with the what name? The video between the police and the taxi driver. The bad man police I tell the taxi driver, say, come link me when me done work, make it how we deal with it. Yes, our police. Only for training needed. And if the required training is not done, Horace Strang, with an understaffed, under-resourced police, an abused nation, particularly or Higgler community and or vending community and or taxi operators, you are going to create an uprising in the country that is going to put your members at great risk. Something you will not be able to control. If you can control one street in a Westmoreland or one street in a Hanover, you think you could contain a national uprising? Do you? How much police could you move across the country at the same time? What if we block 5 major roundabouts in the country on you? How well can you move police by air across the country? Don't bait it. It will happen. I warn you. The people's back are being pushed up. Bueller Grant Martin, how are you? Winston Daly. The people back are being pushed up. And Marcus Garvey tell we said that's the time we're going to come to realization and consciousness that we need to push back now. You are pushing the people ever closer to that. With the overhanded, rejoice in him always, the overhanded policing, the heavy-handed policing, the arbitrary arrests, the flagrant disrespect of the Jamaican police overall, but especially the Pampas and Pushchair one them, we just have come out of training school. Nobody know no manners. If you're not tip them, nobody not talk to you good. You have to be a tipper to get good service from Jamaica police. Otherwise, them will bite you up or pop out your ear. A different approach now. Me talk about that this morning, Kate. A different approach now. Jamaica police don't have no approach. The social contract. That's why we don't make police walk with gun in Britain. That's why we don't make police walk with gun in Britain. L-Dog, how are you? The social contract is that you respect me and I respect you, and both of us work well together. Under the Westminster system, even though we them walk with gun, we're still under that social contract. We pay them not to abuse us, though. Not to abuse power. The regular abuse of power we see from Jamaica police, Rosie D, I know nothing strange. for those of us who grew up in Jamaica as well, we either face it firsthand with them, or we know of somebody who have been through police brutality firsthand. It's just the norm, but do we have to accept the norm, or should we settle with it? I really don't think so. It pisses me off because I know it's not supposed to be like that. If you notice, government does not make sure that citizens know their rights, just like Jamaicans. This is the reason why them cut out civics out of everything you see. You don't feel know your rights any at all. And would you believe me if I tell you, say, Donna Jamaican, how are you? Would you believe me if I tell you, say, welcome, Donna, welcome. Thank you for joining the Global Television family. Most of these Jamaican officers, them don't know what them are enforce. Them don't know what them are arrest you for. And I'm not Jamaican police, even in Britain. Police don't understand what is reasonable suspicion. Or they will just make up reasonable suspicion as they go along. Ransford McLean, we have to roll back the system of abuse from the Jamaica Constabulary Force. Let's watch the end of this video, the rest of this video.
Next door. Something enough. Yeah, we need a tie strap or something.
Mama said, you're going to the vehicle now, going on the leg off of me here. Mommy, what is that? She don't know right now. She leg off of me ear. Going on the vehicle. Mommy, go into the vehicle. Mommy, relax. Leg off of me ear. She asked me so. Mommy, leg off of me. Who wants to know what? Officer. Just go in the vehicle now. No, but she, mommy. Put up his arm. Leg off of me. Mommy, stop it, mommy. Hello, she come out and she say, just relax now. Nobody. Go in ID. Go in ID. Hey, officer, just release her here. Release some woman. She under arrest. She under arrest. How many times she have to close? I want to me. Now you come grab me. Go in the vehicle. Go in the vehicle. You come trouble me first. If the lady can talk to you, she can ask someone. She said, come on now, come on. Are you pointing at my face? So we can don't point. Me didn't lick you. Me ask you. That is an assault. Me ask you. And I'm going to ensure that I charge for everything. I don't care. Good. Go into the vehicle. Mommy, you're just making things worse. Relax. Jesus Christ. Shusha asked me what kind of work I you're not supposed to disclose my job to you. Maybe them one fence down there. You're not here. You're not here. And you come meet me first. You never did trouble you. I'm from one family founded. Yes, I come up and come out and I said to me and the lady I got 3 years to come lick me. Me never lick you. I like this way. You like here? I like it.
Mommy, relax. But whether you take it or not, you're going to have to go in the people.
Leg off
So
of
if I
my
say
ear.
relax yourself on the
Let go off of my ear.
Oh, she will release the ear if I don't give her the...
So release your hand, release your hand. Release your hand from the house.
She's going to release you.
Release your Sir.
And you make sure say I have no money to buy back my chain. Just make sure I am broke.
Realize.
How will she be able to do?
And then handcuff.
Oh, where back with her, girl?
Drag her from around her next door. Something enough. We're not a tie strap.
Let go off of me, girl.
Well, handcuff me, handcuff me.
Let go off of me.
You can't try to make up. She's going to make it crash. Yeah. We need a tie strap or something.
She alone can't go in there. She's going to make it crash. Glad you're back. Glad you're back. Let go off of me. Glad you're back.
What's going on? Look at her finger and a couple up.
Hey, woman, move from here, say now. Move from here, say. Excuse me, let me get up and sit in the chair. Stay there, miss. So put the handcuff where you put on me. Put the handcuff. Stay there. Mister, stay. Chin. Put the handcuff on me. You see, I put the handcuff so stay on me. Stay there. Look here now, when I send the unit come to assist now, don't want you to have my clothes now. Done. Renee, come up a police station here. The police are up at school and she has said the police have left the premises, right? They have got 3 gates. And when they have got 3 gates, she come when him the son. But point up my hand, she come lick me.
Never know. You point your name on my face, tell them.
Yeah, but that not your right to lick me.
You're an idiot.
The
You're
police
right
girl.
because you're starting. Police girl like you.
So,
How we are called girl?
just
And you left them here.
I let me tell the gleaner, this wasn't on the school compound. Don't bother with the shaggy. The gleaner always come up with some story. Hyacinth Coley, Patricia Matthews, how no do, who else have I seen? Tash, how are you? Jenny, how you do? Albert C. Rejoice in him always. How no do, Diane Actons. Who else have I seen? Arlene Foster, how you doing? But The Gleaner said the woman who was seen in a viral video in a tussle with a police woman on the compound of a school in St. Catherine was today granted bail. Granted 100,000. I saw you go. Bail with surety in the parish. 30-year-old Tanisha Hilton is charged with disorderly conduct, assault occasioning bodily harm, ABH they call that, and malicious destruction of property. So when I charge the police for, the police will bite her. The police will bust her chain. If there's any justice in the world, may I tell you, you see the only way we're going to have justice, we're going to have to turn this fucking world upside down, pardon my expression, and fix it the way how we want it. Because them who have it so, it's within their vested interest to continue to abuse we and to keep we down in the gutter. But remember me tell me now there a morning come have an appointment. But Ratty gonna go start diaspora conference now. No, the easy jerk will not necessarily when the police are make up things for you, then just make you up. Trust me. Jamaica police, America police, or England police, if you have an altercation with them, when they write their statement, the Lori slogan, you don't recognize the incident. But at the woman, we see get bite. And at the woman, we see a bleed. So if anybody forget charged with the ABH, well, I could understand the disorderly conduct and them something there. But the ABH, as she will say a bleed though. Anyway, thank you all for being here this evening. It was great having you all. Join us back tomorrow. We probably come on with Drive Time London tomorrow evening after we get back home. So we can all head over to Rattigan page now to watch the diaspora conference as they will get on the way very shortly. Raymond G, how you do? They will get on the way very shortly. But if you want to hit the like button yet, please do hit the like button before you exit, please. It was great having you all here this evening. Thank you all very much for your support and look forward to seeing you tomorrow. It's a good night from your global television channel.